Korg Volca sample. Korg Volca bass. This will be the conclusion, I believe. I believe. This will be the conclusion of the most useful and the most versatile Volca battle. And I'm putting the bass up against the sample. And this will be the last time I take the bass up against the rest of the Volcas. And I concluded with the sample. I'm not going to do the bass versus the kick. I don't believe that the kick is as dope, but it's in terms of usefulness and versatility, I think the bass is going to beat that hands down without even pulling it out. The bass can do more than what the kick can do. And the same with the beats. So I don't even feel like it's worthy of making a video comparing the bass to the kick and to the beats in a useful and versatility battle. I think it's pretty clear that the bass is way more useful and versatile than those two. So it concludes with this sample. And let me just say this. The Volca sample, in my opinion, is the most underrated Volca. It is the Volca that is probably overlooked, and so on and so forth. And I believe the main thing that people probably hate about it, or maybe just there's a disconnect, is because it is not actually a sampler. You have to load the samples in. It's tedious, it's not as convenient as the way we are used to sampling. However, once you get sounds in here, look, man, this is a powerful machine. This Volca sample is very, very powerful, and it is what you make it. I mean, because you can load samples in here, hey, the sky is the limit. I mean, it's all about what you put in here. So what I got loaded for you guys right now is I've sampled the FM. I sampled just a few sounds from the FM, and I loaded it into the sample. And this is why the sample is so dope, because you could essentially sample the sounds from all the other vocals and play with it with this. And once you get it in here, this thing just does, it does some real cool stuff. Let's get to it. The analog isolator. It just takes the life out of it. When you cut that bass out, now if it sounded like this, then this would be the worst vocal. But listen to this right here. Listen, man, look. Yo, don't sleep on the sample. Let me just preference this, because if you're new to my channel and this is the first video that you've seen, this is not about me showing you the Volca sample. So if you're like, man, I can't see the camera angle, this ain't what this is about. I'm talking to the people that own Volcas and to the people that maybe are interested in getting Volcas, because the demand, the desire for these machines are still there, and people are still wanting to know, which one should I get? In my opinion, if you got the money, get them all. But if you're, on a budget and you're trying to figure out where to go next, you got to figure out who you are, what your need is, and then go from there. So this isn't about showing you the Volca and breaking it down. And no, this is about me and my dissertation, if I will, about this sample and this battle of usefulness and versatility. So hopefully what you'll get out of this video is my thoughts, my comments on this device. And as you read the comments from other Volca owners, hopefully it'll unfold some truth for you if you are like, man, what is this all about? Along with all the other videos. If you want to see a video on how to use it, it's thousands of videos like that. Look them up. They're there. What I'm giving you is the raw and uncut. Look, this vocal sample is like that. The only thing that I can say is that, it doesn't sample. I can't hook something into it and immediately sample. And even when I sample it, it takes a little bit of a minute. So it's like an asterisk by it. But hey, once you get it in here, though, that's all I'm saying. So let me just break this down, because this sound, I don't want to do this. Let's just I'm gonna clear all right now. That sound right there is the bass sound you just heard. This is the original sample right there. That's the sample. Now this is what I mean by powerful. I turned the loop on, and then you change the length, and you start to get shit like that, right? And then you change the pitch. Are you hearing this? Once again, you're going to have to put on your headphones and your hi-fi DAC. Now, you heard the original sound. Listen to this, man. I don't know if the mic is going to pick this up, but my windows is rattling. My subwoofer is over here humming. Listen, man, listen. The Volca sample just may be the most useful and the most versatile Volca. I believe it to be more useful and more versatile than the bass, because you can see it's a tough one, because how can something be better than something when something can simply copy that, which it is? Meaning, how can the bass be better than the sample if the sample can sample the bass? So the sample can mimic the bass, not entirely. It doesn't have all of the parameters, but the sample has more parameters, different parameters than that of the bass. So I'm saying, you heard the original sound. Listen to that. And listen, I'm going to tell you what makes this thing dope, because simply turning the loop on and being able to loop this thing, which is causing these crazy sounds, you can start a loop, and now it's looping to the point that you're getting these The loop, the analog isolator, and of course, Korg's motion sequencing. Yo, this is what's gonna make this sample dope. Outside of that, you have, your ADSR, and then you got pitch and stuff like that. So those few controls and having this loop on and motion sequencing, listen, you just add parameters to this thing that once you sample the sounds of anything, the sky is the limit. Now, with that being said, it does, like everything has limitations, right? I mean, and quite frankly, at this point, this is what I want, because it's going to force you to, find creativity inside a certain box, inside a certain set of parameters. And this is what you should be happy to have and not harp about it. Okay, it doesn't have this and doesn't have that. People want to always harp about what it doesn't do. Forget what it doesn't do. Yeah, some of the stuff makes sense. I agree. Yeah, some stuff needs to do certain things. However, it's that fact that it doesn't do certain things that's the reason why it pushes you to have to, because the end game or the end result is we want to make something that we like, regardless of whatever the deal is, whether you got all the tools in the world or you don't have any tools, whether you just got a table and you just beating out a tune, whatever, the end result is to make something sonically that you like. So I think the sample is dope. Once again, the bass will not make it on this video. I don't think it's a need. You can simply go to other videos and hear the bass. The bass is definitely dope, but in terms of versatility, I can't say the bass is more versatile than this, because this is a sample. So, I mean, you can sample a vocal. The moment you put a vocal in here, that becomes more useful and more versatile than the other vocals, because other vocals I can't put my voice in here. I can't say John G. TV 1977, yeah, oh wee. I could put that in here and have it slamming. I can't do that with the other vocals. So I think I'm going to have to name this, which is, I didn't think I was at first. I really would have thought it would have been the keys. Then I flipped and thought, well, damn, it's the FM. Then once I moved to the sample and started really thinking about that usefulness and versatile, I mean, we're talking about versatility. The vocal sample by default is the winner, right? I don't know. Let me know how y'all feel. It is, I'm going to conclude this series of usefulness and versatility up against the vocals, the vocal lineup versus the vocal bass. And I've concluded that it is, in my opinion, that the vocal sample is, in fact, the most useful and the most versatile vocal. Yes, you're going to have to do some things and deal with the fact of getting stuff in there, but once you get it in there, hey, the sky is the limit.